As you all know, our car has thus performed 502 horsepower on the dyno. (502), a new record. 502 horsepower. That's insane. Most people didn't even dare to think that it was achievable. And Andy just did it with 1.05 bar. He said he would never go beyond 1 bar. But he did want us to spin a nice number, so to speak. So he screwed on 0.5 bar, and because of that we've gone over 500 horsepower, which we're super happy with, of course. It's a very nice figure, but still not 600 horsepower. I'm gonna ask Andy in a bit if we can achieve 600 horsepower by means of a higher octane level. In other words, fill up with 102, or with methanol injection or something along those lines. Because yes, 600 is a number we would like to hit at some point, but for now, that 502 is definitely a very sick goal that we have achieved. Something that comes to mind now, maybe he can already estimate in advance what the best boost by gear is. So I'm definitely gonna ask him that soon, because you don't want maximum turbo pressure in your first and second gear. But maybe you only want 0.7 or 0.8 bar in your third or fourth gear. If you enjoy this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That also supports us a lot. Yes, we're inside, guys, and my car is still on the bench, as I said. So we're going to learn the boost by gear soon, as I just said. Having full power in first and second gear is unnecessary, as it only leads to wheel spin. And it actually reveals to me that in the third gear, it probably just lets the full power come up. So that full turbo pressure. And then I have to maintain it a bit myself with my right foot. How much wheel spin I'm gonna have. But we're going to adjust that in the computer in a moment. But now on the other hand, I still have to remove the NOx sensor. Because I borrowed his NOx sensor for the tuning, which is of course very important. And I also still have his white band in there. And then I have to turn back my lambda probe. So yes, still a few things to do, and then we can take it with us. But first, let's solve this issue. And then connect the computer, program a few things. We could go for a short round. Let's do it. The king is going to load the map. At least he's going to make the adjustments to my boost by gear. Because we had planned a detour yesterday. Right, Andy? That's what we agreed on. And the weather conditions don't really allow it today. So we're going to make an estimate based on you now. Yes, what you know, right?
Yes, because you can program the boost by gear based on grip.
Yes, exactly.
So that has to do with asphalt, the weather.
Of course, the
tires you have. If I'm going to program a boost for you now, I need to remove all the current boosts so you have grip.
Yes, and
then you still don't have grip. Nice, she said that. Yes, so we just leave it estimated for next time.
Exactly, yes, that.
We can just do it right.
So, I already told them the third gear just goes full boost, so to speak. And then I have to control it myself with my foot and with my tire pressure to possibly get away as best I can, right?
First and second gear all the way down, that's true. Minimal boost. Okay, that's true. Yeah, and the third gear just max. I'm curious what you think of that.
Me too. Yeah, I really need to drive that car because last time it obviously wasn't the same as now. No,
it's a totally different base now. Now still...
even more different, and I said I've never had a car that reached 500 horsepower.
And now...
I just have my own car that performs that. I'm really proud of that car and of you. Yes.
You
did it too.
We all did well.
Against your expectations, we fixed it completely, and that's another thing. The driving parasite did not come out. No, the Zilse assembly was good, correct.
Very important.
In the workshop, I'll briefly explain how achieving 600 horsepower might be possible. I just discussed it with Andy. It's achievable, but we must take different steps with the car to make it safer, allow more boosting, while still using a standard engine. And,
still a standard engine.
So we are going to do it. Only we want to drive safely with the car as it is now, before we go over the top, and maybe blow up an engine. So otherwise we have...
You guys just had a rebuild.
Rebuild content instead of rebuilding the fun as well. Because the fun is just as important as the...
building, right? It's time for action now, right? And
we've often read and agreed with that. I'll take it off the dyno with Andy soon. I'll drive through the street a few times to give you a sense of it. But the real test race will be with Daniel, which I'm really looking forward to. Just without gas, by starting, the car just starts. And that's really since we have that Andy tuning on it. Because before that, it never worked properly, and it just doesn't stall anymore. I'm really happy about that, because before we had to keep the gas to keep idling at the traffic light, and now it's just a nice drivable car, but it really sounds like a race car with that valve open, because we just have a cutout downwards because of that. And I don't know if it should be open now, because yes, it sounds quite loud actually. Should that cutout stay open now or not, or can it also be closed?
If you have to record, then you can't close it.
It does make a difference, doesn't it? Yes. It's finally a race car the way we wanted it. We're going to Andy. What are you going to do? Are you going to get stuck again? He says no, we're going to pull it off because if you start driving backwards, then it turns away or something?
Yes, because you can't break the back roll, so then you just have to stay on the roll instead of coming out. Oh, okay. He's going to squeak for a bit.
In principle, you can fit all the cars on your bench. It's adjustable, so yes.
That base is adjustable.
Yes,
I've never had such a Dodge pickup on it. Maybe that's too long. Yes, it can't be that long.
And GTR is also quite long where the wheelbase is.
Yes, it fits easily on it.
So we're driving now with 1.6 bar tire pressure. No, the amount is not too little for on the street. It doesn't look flat and has good grip.
It gets warm.
I'm just used to normal tire tension, Andy. I'm only now in that racing world.
And yes, this is
Normal.
It doesn't look flat, no.
No, I'm just saying 1.6 is just low if you use your own for normal degree.
But for
Don't use for race. No, man.
where we're going to 0.5 bar, really?
Really?
Yes, not with this band. No, I understand that. But with draggies, just... With semis, we're heading towards 1
Bar. That.
is already quite optimal. Guys, right down.
Hey, those are those important notes.
Yes, with real slicks that you just drive on a prep track, then we're talking about half a bar or 0.4 bar.
Sick, huh? Well, so that 1.6 is nothing compared to this. You guys heard it. Can I do it?
Yes.
Drive.
Right on it, right behind it. Yes.
fortunately yes.
We're going to warm up the car a bit, and then I'm going to pick up Andy. Then we're going to
A very
short drive in the car. I'm curious. Oh, it's driving very differently than the first time already. So throttle response, that's much cooler. Not in the first meter then? So this is going to be crazy. So I'm going to drive full power with that car later. Oh yes, my shift cables on the other hand are still burned. So it will still shift hard. So I need to close my windows. The most crucial thing is to properly warm up your car to prevent it from breaking down. Both your gearbox and your engine need to be at optimal temperature. Especially with weather conditions like today, that it's a bit foggy. It's 6 degrees. Is the road surface also just slippery, so to speak? Just a little bit. This is a sneak preview to give you a small impression from our main channel. Last time was really fun though. It was a blast.
alright.
Open the lid. It's the best. It feels different now, I've already told the viewers. You just don't know if they can understand us. Yes?
Here we make a little gas, here a little bit, okay.
I noticed that I was quite nervous and that I didn't go full throttle at once, but gradually to first feel out the car. Don't go faster than 80, okay? No, right, we're not in Mexico like usual. Not yet, not yet. Wait!
Oh my god.
The...
Was 0.85 bar. Okay.
This is really not normal.
5 more needed, man.
This is really...
I've set it to 1 bar for now. It's the 3rd time at 1 bar. Oh my god.
I'm going to see if you can feel the difference.
Whoa, what's this?
Anyone? Yes. This is real.
Just a beast.
Okay, we're knocking it off, yeah. That...
It was 0.55, man. Not even 1... We can just leave it like this. We leave it like this, yeah.
Oh man, good.
People are going crazy.
He...
It's still there.
Guys, that was a huge misshift. It was quick to happen. It's still running, right? It's running a bit high though.
Yes, but it's going to go low soon. If you roll, it's high. Yes, it's programmed that way.
Okay, you have to
Really here?
pay attention, man.
Yes, if you have more feeling.
Also, because those cables are now, of course, very heavy to switch. That's right, then.
You have no sense of where you're switching.
Oh man. But it went well. But it just went well, right? Yes. But those 3 and 4, oh, those cables are getting warmer now, aren't they? Yes, they're getting even tighter. They're getting even tighter, that's it. Okay, we're knocking it off. A wise lesson, replace those cables. Yes, and don't leave it so close. And shield it well. Yes, because I now have that heat tape around it. Oh man, almost broke my engine in that first test room. Almost.
Another interlude episode.
But the thing has become a monster and he's just there. We're going to make those people shit. Just really, I'm going to attach it to the bus. We're taking it to the workshop and then I'm going to tell you about how we can still get this thing to 600 horsepower fear yet, yes. And whether it's actually necessary, that's the second actually. Is it necessary? Then
There is still 1 gear, that is the split. Andy, are you going?
to set off. And don't tell anyone that I had a mishap, okay? Because they didn't see it either. No, nobody saw it. We're back in the workshop, guys. We had such a fun test drive with Andy in the car. The car has become faster than expected. Of course, we've talked about the 600 horsepower, but that's where we want to go. That's something for the future. We first want to have a lot of fun with this car. We want to record fun videos. Therefore, we want exciting drag races. We're going to deal with this car just to get the value out of it. We've tinkered with it so much that it's not fun anymore. We just want to have a bit of fun with that car now. So, how can we achieve the 600 horsepower? Can we do that by means of fuels? So, for example, by tanking 102 in Germany, he says the higher the octane rating, the more timing he can add to the mapping. Thus, the engine can be tuned more finely, so to speak. He told me this. So, I'm not exactly sure if I'm explaining all this correctly, so let me know in the comments if I say things that aren't quite right. And besides, you also have methanol injection, of course. And methanol injection can be added as extra fuel to the mixture that is already being injected. And with that, he expects to be able to extract even more power. The question is, how do we achieve that 600 horsepower, given that we're still not there yet? Well, he says by using ethanol. By using ethanol racing fuel, he can boost and time the engine in such a way that he dares to go for the 600 horsepower. I'm not entirely certain if all the information I provided is accurate. So there are opportunities to go to 600 horsepower, but that requires a few adjustments. So if we want to run on pure ethanol, we need a different fuel pump, different injectors, and then we need to recalibrate. And then we'll probably achieve that 600 horsepower. Andy would dare to do it too, he said. But on 98, just fuel that you can fill up at the pump, this was the maximum 502 horsepower. And guys, honestly, this is already enough for on the street. Why do we want to go to 600 horsepower? We once mentioned the number and it keeps tickling and we get closer step by step, and we hope you guys also find it enormously fun to embark on this journey with us. But we are now just going to enjoy this car just like today. Just a nice drive, and wait a bit soon. The fun content will come online from the Honda. A kind of new series, not that we are going to build, but that we are going to drive. So don't forget to subscribe and like, and then see you at the next vlog. Bye.